What if the most common advice given to older adults for poor leg circulation is actually slowing down real improvement? Even when followed every single day. Most people are told the same thing: walk more. It sounds safe. It sounds logical. And for decades, it's been repeated as the gold standard for circulation after 60. But here's the uncomfortable truth: for many people, walking alone is not enough, and in some cases, it may be missing the most important system entirely. According to public health data, a large number of adults over 70 live with circulation problems in their legs, often without knowing it. Many don't discover the issue until symptoms become harder to ignore: cold feet, ankle swelling, heaviness, numbness, slow-healing cuts, or increasing unsteadiness. Poor circulation is not just about comfort. It's a warning sign that your blood vessels and muscles are no longer working together efficiently. And here's what's rarely explained clearly. Circulation in the legs depends on more than movement. It depends on specific muscle activation. When the right muscles contract properly, they help push blood upward against gravity, back toward the heart. When they don't, blood begins to pool in the lower legs and feet. Many older adults walk slowly, take shorter steps, and rely on momentum rather than muscle engagement. This is completely natural with age, but it also means the deep muscle pumps in the legs never fully switch on. So even if you're walking daily, your feet may still feel cold. The swelling may still be there. Balance may still feel uncertain. This isn't your fault. You didn't fail. You were simply never shown the full picture. Doctors and physical therapists who work with circulation and recovery understand something most people never hear about: there is a powerful muscle system in your lower body that acts like a secondary pump for blood flow. Some professionals even call it the body's second heart. When this system is underused, circulation slows down. When it's activated correctly, even with gentle movements, the change can be dramatic. This video isn't here to scare you. It's here to give you control. Because restoring circulation after 60 isn't about pushing harder. It's about activating the right muscles in the right way. Before we continue, take a moment to reflect. Have you been told to just walk more, yet your legs still don't feel right? Backhand index pointing right in the next part, I'll explain exactly what this second heart is, why it weakens with age, and the first simple movement that begins waking it up. Don't miss it. Inside your lower legs is a system most people have never been taught to use intentionally. The calf muscles don't just help you walk, they act like powerful pumps. Every time they contract, they squeeze the deep veins in your legs and help move blood upward toward your heart. That's why many specialists refer to the calves as the body's second heart. But here's the problem. Long periods of sitting, gentle walking, and reduced strength with age can cause this pump to become lazy. When that happens, blood begins to collect in the ankles and feet. Swelling increases. Oxygen delivery drops. The legs feel heavy, tired, and unstable. One of the simplest ways to restart this system doesn't involve standing, sweating, or long workouts. It starts with a movement so basic that many people dismiss it entirely. Ankle pumping. It may look almost too easy to matter, just lifting the toes and then the heels while seated. But this movement directly activates the calf pump without stressing the joints. That's why it's commonly used in hospitals and rehab centers, not because it's weak, but because it works. When done consistently, ankle pumping helps reduce fluid buildup, improve warmth in the feet, and decrease nighttime leg discomfort. It gently reminds your circulation system how to move again. But circulation doesn't stop at the calves. Above them are the thigh and hip muscles, large, powerful groups that also help compress major blood vessels during movement. As people age, these muscles often weaken faster than we realize. Short steps and limited range of motion mean they rarely fully engage. That's where seated leg lifts come in. Lifting one leg at a time while sitting tall activates the thighs and hips without balance risk. These muscles support walking, stair climbing, and standing up from a chair, all while assisting blood return from the legs. When they're weak, everyday movements feel exhausting, and circulation suffers even more. The goal here is not intensity. It's purposeful activation. When calves and thighs work together, circulation improves, confidence increases, and movement becomes easier. You're no longer relying on momentum. You're rebuilding the system that keeps blood flowing. And this is where many people start noticing changes: warmer feet, lighter legs, less stiffness, and better control. Backhand index pointing right, but strength alone isn't enough. In the next part, I'll show you how balance, circulation, and fall prevention are deeply connected, and the single movement specialists rely on most. Stay with me. Here's something rarely said out loud. Many serious circulation problems don't begin with pain. They begin with balance loss. As balance declines, people move less confidently. Steps become cautious. Muscles activate less forcefully. Blood flow slows. And over time, the risk of falls and loss of independence increases. That's why balance training is not optional after 60, it's essential. One of the most effective tools is single-leg standing. When you stand on one leg, even briefly, your ankle, calf, hip, and core muscles must stay engaged continuously. This sustained contraction keeps the circulation pump active longer than walking ever does. At the same time, your brain is forced to stay alert, constantly adjusting to keep you upright. This retrains your nervous system, something simple walking cannot fully do. But there is one movement that ties everything together. Standing calf raises with a controlled hold. This is the most widely used exercise in circulation-focused rehab programs. Not because it's flashy, but because it directly drives blood upward against gravity. When you slowly rise onto the balls of your feet and pause at the top, your calf muscles compress the deep veins with sustained pressure. That hold is what makes the difference. It's what walking usually lacks. Performed daily, this movement can help reduce swelling, improve endurance, and increase confidence on your feet, all without impact or equipment. And here's the most important message of all. Decline is not inevitable. Most loss of circulation, strength, and balance comes from underuse, not age itself. Your body still responds to gentle, consistent activation. You don't need extreme workouts. You don't need to move like you're 25. You just need movements that respect your biology now. Even one of these exercises done daily can change how your legs feel and function. If you've made it this far, remember this. Your legs are not weak because of age. They're simply asking to be used the right way. You don't need long walks, hard workouts, or painful routines. You need small, purposeful movements done consistently. Even one of these exercises practiced daily can improve circulation, stability, and confidence. More than years of guessing what to do. Start where you are. Move gently. Stay consistent. Your body is still listening. In the next video, I'll show you how to combine these movements into a simple routine that takes less than 10 minutes a day. And why consistency matters more than effort. Make sure you're subscribed, so you don't miss what could change how your legs feel every single day.